From the following particulars, prepare the profit and loss account of ABC Bank Limited for the year ended 31st March 2008 as per the prescribed form. So we asked to prepare the profit and loss account of a banking company. So first we have to prepare the format like this. This is the format of profit and loss account with the schedules. Schedule number 13 interest earned, schedule number 14 other incomes, schedule number 15 interest expended, and schedule number 16 operating expenses. What are the items appears under schedule number 13? That is interest earned, interest on cash credits, interest on overdrafts, interest on term loans, and discount on bills. Next to other incomes. Here also investment income should be shown under this head, investment income, or interest on RBI, interest on interbank transactions, interbank deposits, and under schedule 14 other incomes, the commission, exchange and brokerage, rent received. I already told you, profit on sale of investment less loss on sale of investment, and exchange transactions, then dividend and miscellaneous income, certain incomes. And schedule number 15 interest expended. Interest expended means the interest on deposits, fixed deposits, savings bank deposit, and current deposits. And operating expenses under schedule number 16, which are the operating expenses? The employee salaries, rent, then printing and stationery, PR, PRPA, DDAL, PRIS, PRPADDAL, PRIS. Payment of salaries, rent, printing and stationery, auditor's fees, depreciation, director's fees, advertisement, depreciation, director's fees, auditor's fees, legal expenses, then postage and telegrams, repairs, insurance, and sundry expenses. So these are the items appearing under schedule number 16, operating expenses. The difference between these two, either profit or loss, income minus expenditure, profit for the current year. And if there is a brought forward profit which is given in the trial balance, profit and loss account as on 31st March of the previous year, brought forward profit. So total profits available for appropriation. The appropriation is done in like this manner. First, 20% of the current year's profit should be transferred to statutory reserve. Unless and otherwise stated in the problem, it is mandatory, compulsory. You should transfer 20% of the profit, current year's profit, to statutory reserve, and any transfer to other reserves, for example revenue reserves, and transfer to government, and dividend, proposed dividend or declared dividend, and any balance left, total profits and appropriations. If any balance left, transfer to balance sheet. In the balance sheet, that should appear under which schedule? Schedule number 2, reserves and surplus. So see the problem. First item, interest on loan 2,59,000. Interest on loan, interest expended or interest earned? Interest on loan, interest earned. Interest earned. First, interest on loan 2,59,000. Next, interest on fixed deposit 2,75,000. Interest on fixed deposit means interest expended. Interest earned, interest expended. Interest expended on interest on fixed deposit, interest on current deposit, interest on savings bank or recurring deposit. So these are all the interest expended. Interest expended 2,75,000. Schedule number interest expended. Schedule number 15. Interest expended, that is interest on fixed deposit 2,75,000. Next, commission 7,200. Commission 7,200. The trial balance debit or credit balance is not given. So commission debit or credit. We have to assume that commission credit balance, hence it is income. Commission, that is interest. Schedule number 14, income. I already told you under schedule number 14, commission, exchange, brokerage. First item. Second, rent. Then profit and sale of investment less loss and sale of investment, profit and sale of buildings less loss and sale of buildings, and profit and revaluation of investment less loss and revaluation of investment, exchange transactions, dividend, etc. So here, schedule number 14, other income. There we should show the commission 7,200. Commission 7,200. Next item, rebate on bills discounted required. Rebate on bills discounted required. Another item is there. See, discount on bills discounted gross. Discount on bills discounted gross is given as rupees 1,95,000. Discount on bills discounted. Discount on bills discounted 1,95,000 less rebate on bills discounted. That is bills discounted required. Rebate on bills discounted how much? Rupees 49,000. So 1,95,000 minus 49,000. 1,46,000. Rebate on bills discounted andre the discount for the unexpired period. If the accounting year ends on 31st March 2017 or after the accounting year ending, if the bills matured, accounting year end ಆದ ನಂತರ ಮ್ಯಾಚೂರ್ ಆಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ unexpired period. So rebate on bills discounted refers to interest received but not earned. Interest for the or rebate for the unexpired period. So that has to be deducted from the rebate on bills discounted. If the rebate bills discounted, if the discount on bills discounted given as a net ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ you need not deduct this 49,000. If it is given as gross, you should deduct. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದಲ್ವಾ? ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಏನು ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ on the assumption that it is given as gross. So discount on bills discounted 1,95,000 less rebate on bills discounted 49,000. So the income on the bills 1,46,000. Next, exchange and brokerage, again rupees 1,000. Exchange and brokerage, that is other income. Exchange and brokerage, schedule number 14. Exchange and brokerage rupees 1,000. Next, establishment rupees 54,000. Establishment means what? Establishment, that is employee salaries, payment to and provision for employees salaries. If it is given as establishment expenses, then we should show under schedule number 16 operating expenses. Establishment rupees 54,000. Next, discount on bills discounted over. Interest on cash credits 2,23,000. Interest on cash credits, that is again income earned. Interest on cash credits 2,23,000. 2,23,000. Next, interest on current account, interest expended. Deposit na ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. Interest on current account, interest expended rupees 42,000. Interest on current deposit rupees 42,000. Next, rent and taxes 18,000. Rent and taxes 18,000, that is operating expenses. Interest on overdraft, again it is interest earned. Interest on overdraft 1,54,000. Interest on overdraft 1,54,000. And directors fees, auditors fees, these are all operating expenses. Directors fees, auditors fees, directors fees rupees 3,000, auditors fees rupees 1,200, 1,200. and interest in SB deposits, that is interest expended, interest on SB deposits, interest expended, interest on SB deposits rupees 68,000. Next to postage and telegrams 1,400, postage and telegrams 1,400, and printing and stationery 2,900, printing and stationery 2,900, sundry charges 1,700, and depreciation on bank property 4,200, depreciation on bank property 4,200. So the various items of balances are entered in the various schedules, under various schedules. Next, see the adjustments. Bad debts to be written off, amount rupees 40,000. Bad debts to be written off, amount rupees 40,000. The treatment is like this: if there is bad debts written off or provision for doubtful debts, that will be shown under profit and loss, in the profit and loss account after schedule number 16 as provisions and contingencies. Will ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು. Provisions and contingencies ಯಾವುದು? Bad debts, reserve for bad debts, and provision for taxation if any. Next, provision for taxation may be made at 50%. The balance of profit from the previous year was rupees 1,20,000, that is brought forward profit 1,20,000. 20% of the profit transferred to statutory reserve, and the directors have recommended a dividend of 20,000 for the shareholders. So first, interest earned, schedule number 13. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ತದೆ ಒಟ್ಟು? 2,59,000, then 1,46,000, 2,23,000, and 1,54,000. 7,82,000. 7,82,000. Schedule number 13, 7,82,000. And schedule number 14, commission and exchange and brokerage 8,200. Schedule number 14, 8,200. So total income 7,90,200. 7,90,200 is the total income. And expenditure, interest expended 3,85,000. Interest expended 3,85,000. 3,85,000 interest expended. And operating expenses, schedule number 16. $86,400. Operating expenses 86,400. Now we should provide for doubtful debts. How much? Rupees 40,000. Provisions and contingencies. Rupees 40,000. Here. 40,000. Provisions and contingencies 40,000. Next, you are asked to provide for taxation, that is at 50%. So how to calculate? The provision for taxation is to be calculated on the income. Income means in total income 7,90,200 less total expenditure before providing for taxation. Total income 7,90,200 less total expenditure before providing for taxation 3,85,000 plus 86,400 plus 40,000. 5,11,400 total income less total expenditure before provision for taxation 5,11,400. So the difference amount 2,78,800. 2,78,800. So you should provide 50%. provision for taxation at 50%. ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? 50% of the profits before taxation. ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? From the total income less total expenditure before taxation, that is 2,78,800. Other 50%. 50% of the profit. So 50% comes to 1,39,400. 1,39,400. So provisions and contingencies 1,39,400 total. Total provision for contingencies 1,39,400.